be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. So great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy. It's better out here, away from you. Oh, this time I've seen every side, believed every lie. I'll be just fine away from you. This place is just not the same. I'm walking away. I'll be okay away from you. Walk away. Sell yourself alive so you can sleep at night and feed the cancer in me right open. Leave me here. Just walk away and leave me here behind. How can you sleep at night? You feed your cancer in me right open. Leave me here broken. Every night when I'm awake, I pass the time running through my mistakes. So tell me, how did I end up here? And tell me now which direction I should take. Maybe this is all just a dream. Maybe this is not what it seems. All I wanted was to hold you one more time. All I needed was to have you by my side. If you ever could forgive me, I can't explain these feelings I get when you're near. I just know I'm alive. Every moment I see your face, I wanna touch you, but the memory slips away. Maybe this is all just a dream. Maybe this is not what it seems. All I wanted was to hold you one more time. All I needed was to have you by my side. If you ever could forgive me, I can't explain these feelings I get when you're near. I just know I'm alive.
Oh, baby. It's that time of the week. It's All-American Cup Series Thursday. Race number 3 of season 12 brings us to New Hampshire. Loudon. The last time these cars were on track at New Hampshire, you gotta go all the way back to season 8. That was the first time All-American Cup Series had brought this series to the state to pick up a lobster in Victory Lane. We return tonight, and how about this? Dayton Taylor puts her on pole. Let's talk to him. Looks like we are having issues getting a hold of Dayton. So it looks like we're not going to get an interview with Dayton Taylor. At least not for the moment. Barney has waved, or not waved, but held up the green flag stiffly to signify that next time by we are racing. 1 to go in our pace laps. Everybody boo Dayton Taylor for me. We really wanted to get an interview from him. He's worked really hard. He surprised himself. I saw it in the chats. He was very surprised at his qualifying effort. He's a driver that's been finding speed throughout the last 2 seasons. Well, we're going to set up on the flag stand with Barney. Dayton Taylor, tied for the top rookie award. Christopher Schella, Thomas Stokes, Nathan Jurgensen, Braxton DeWeese tied for the top spot in the rookie award. We're racing here at New Hampshire. A lot of drivers looking for their first career win. 3 wide down into turn 1. That's the 3-car Justin Thompson in the 10th spot. Out of turn 2, Dayton Taylor leads. The entire field seems to be A-OK as we come back around to complete lap number 1. Dayton Taylor leads right on his tail is Christopher Schella, Nathan Jurgensen 3rd, Thomas Stokes 4th, Ethan Again 5th, Jared Ray Hutton 6th, Braxton DeWeese 7th, Casey Carrington 8th, Sean Bradley 9th, and Justin Thompson P10. Oh, car in the back. Big move. That was a 21 of Christopher Murphy. I thought he was losing it, but he saves it. Alicia into the back of Jeremy Flanagan. That'll bring out the yellow. Jacob Alicia in the 7 car. We don't know if he was caught by surprise from Jeremy Flanagan or if he just missed his entry and happened to get in the back of the number 72. Let's take a look at the replay. So this comes right after Alicia and maybe Murphy had contact. We're going to try to grab a different camera angle here. From a better angle. Let's go all the way back. So Christopher Murphy happens in front of him. And Flanagan, I think he's coming back up the track here to then get a better entry into the corner. That's what it looks like at the moment. Impact incoming here in just a second. Alicia gets on the brakes. The nose sits down, but Flanagan jumps into his lane and just gets slowed down quicker than him. So that'll bring out the first yellow. We were having a good clean race there for a second. Dayton Taylor's out front now. I wonder if we get an interview with him. Still don't see him. Well, that's all right. No interview for Dayton Taylor just yet. Throughout that, Stephen Melnick is the only driver to hit pit road. I'm kind of surprised Alicia didn't immediately pit there with that nose damage. I'd want to go get that fixed, especially in a Gen 4 car. There's Stephen Melnick finally exiting pit road. Well, Jeremy Flanagan and Jacob Alicia both stay out on track. That damage for Alicia, he's going to really feel it. That's going to have a negative effect. Next time by, we'll resume racing here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The track temp 118 degrees, 141 laps for tonight's race. We're going to go about 50 to 55 laps on fuel. All righty. Pace car is going to pull off. We're going to get back at it. Dayton Taylor, Christopher Schella, front row. We'll resume racing here at New Hampshire. Stephen Miles, I thought he was going to look 3 wide bottom there as they go into turn 1. He would have been doing that for right around the 10th spot. Back through the field, 31 to Jurgensen. Inside the 66 of Thomas Stokes. Stokes up top. Jurgensen down low. Just behind them, Jared Ray Hunton in 5th. Side by side with Ethan again. Looks like Stokes in the fence there. I do see eye overlay having an issue. We'll fix that momentarily. There we go. We are back. Side by side, Nathan Jurgensen, Christopher Schella. That's the battle for second. On board with Jurgensen. A downshift out of Jurgensen. That's interesting. Stephen Melnick may have just had an incident. We got the report, right front damage. Let's take a look at the replay of what happened to the 34. It's like the damage is already there. So I'm wondering if we have another issue. I'm waiting for this incident report that we were given. Not sure what is going on, so we're going to go back to the battle for second. Jurgensen down low. He's going to clear the rookie of Christopher Schella on entry. Rolls through the center nicely. He should have the position off of turn 4. And throughout this moment, Dayton Taylor has not really pulled away from Nathan Jurgensen. In fact, Jurgensen is running him down. Dayton Taylor, the tires are going to slip a little in the center, and he dances to the middle groove, maybe even the third groove when you're at a track like this. Jurgensen was able to keep it lower, and he builds a run on the 99. Now to the inside. Battle for the lead, lap 13. Dayton Taylor, Nathan Jurgensen. Dayton will re-clear off the corner. Jurgensen, could he get the car to rotate? All the way to the inside of the 99. Shows the nose on entry. He gets all the way to the apron. He's going to try to hug this low line all the way around. Meanwhile, Dayton Taylor keeps it even with him as they're down the front straightaway. Still side by side. What a battle. And now there's a battle for third just behind Thomas Stokes, attacking Christopher Schella. Dayton Taylor nearly chops the nose of Jurgensen there. That could have been bad. Dayton was trying to rotate down in sooner. Jurgensen was keeping it in his lane, not turning just yet. And Taylor almost got hooked down the front straightaway into turn one once again. Jurgensen attacks the low line. He actually puts it in that second groove. Dayton Taylor about entered on the fourth groove. Nathan Jurgensen will clear, crossover down the back straightaway. Not going to happen, but he'll look to the inside. I don't know if Dayton Taylor wants to give this one away. Now he goes to the white line. He'll move up, slide up, contact. The 99, the rear end, steps out after making contact with the door of Nathan Jurgensen. But at the start-finish line, Jurgensen able to keep it straight. Maybe a stiff arm to the 99 as he came up, and he'll clear with that lead. Could Dayton Taylor hang with him? I think after clearing him like that and how hard Dayton was running, Jurgensen, look at the prettiest right now. He might even begin to pull away. Just behind the pair, Shella was able to hold off Thomas Stokes. Jurgensen puts a 10th on Taylor. Next battle, closest to the front, closest battle on track, Jared Ray Hutton. Nearly contact with rookie Connor Lane down into turn one. That's the 27 of Connor Lane, rookie, second career start. Last week he had a really strong appearance. And I might be mistaken, maybe he did make the Daytona race. Regardless, had a really strong running at Chicagoland last week for the Orange Juice 200. Here he is, 7th. He must have cleared a Jared Ray Hutton for that spot. Here comes rookie Braxton DeWeese in the 00. Now battling for 8th. And just behind, defending series champion, league owner Casey Carrington. He currently leads the all-around driver points for 2026 with 142. Now, I'm not sure if it's just all the points put together, if he got a bonus for winning the championship last season. But Casey Carrington coming out of 2026 with a championship, at least one, and the top driver of the year would probably mean a lot to him. 12 seasons into a series. If you average 2 seasons a year, 6 years of All-American racing, phenomenal. And he's done a really good job. We brought nearly 30 cars to this venue. Carrington to the inside of Jared Ray Hutton. Oh, nearly wrecks. What a save out of the pair. Can you believe that? Jared Ray Hutton really had to solve that wheel there. And Casey Carrington had to do some saving of his own. That was close. Woo! Let's take a look at that replay. Into the corner. These tires are going to hop. And he's just going to barely get the left rear of Hutton. Now look at the save out of the... Hutton immediately straightens it out. Casey Carrington floated it there on the bottom. And then grabs the position. It's a head down to the next set of corners. Phenomenal driving out of the pair for what could have been a really bad. Three wide. On the bottom in the 07 is Scott Tompkins. That's a rookie. Nearly makes contact with Walker McNulty, who had the other rookie of Sean Bradley to his outside. That was the 3 wide there in turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Scott Tompkins not afraid to put the left sides on the apron. 70 of Sean Bradley will clear Walker McNulty and sends him back now to the clutches of the 07, running a perfectly appropriate paint scheme for that number. Heck yeah. On board, Stephen Miles. Last week's almost winner. Oh, they wrecked the rookie and McNulty. Just beginning to talk about Stephen Miles, the run that he had last week, and Obviously, he won season opener at Daytona. Walker McNulty and the 07 of Tompkins get together. I don't know if we really saw that coming, but it was the battle we were watching regardless. Let's look at the replay. Corner exit. McNulty gets loose. Left front into the right rear of the rookie of Scott Tompkins. On board with McNulty. Oh. That sucks to watch. Scott Tompkins' first career start for him in All-American Cup Series. Top 15 day. That is unfortunate. Everybody just came down pit road. We sit here with our pit road exit cam. Dayton Taylor led the entire field down. Nathan Jurgensen, Dylan Rosenberg second out of pit road. Thomas Stokes third. Dayton Taylor fourth. Justin Thompson fifth. Christopher Schella sixth. Ethan Agan seventh. Connor Lane eighth. Braxton DeWeese ninth. Casey Carrington 10th out. So Nathan Jurgensen, really good run, really good pit stop. Let's talk to him. Nathan Jurgensen, rowdy up at the booth. Quick interview, quick. You copy?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I gotcha. I'm finally not muted for once. Hey, Dylan, I'm taking the top.
Nathan, we are
Dylan,
leading.
I'm talking to Dylan here. Can you see? He won't let me. Get on the bottom, Dylan.
Okay.
I can't. This is a wild TV interview.
Are you going to win this race?
Nah, probably not. I'll screw up the strategy.
Okay. We'll send him back. We had to make that quick. He's trying to yell at Dylan. So leader has lane choice. So he's trying to tell Dylan Rosenberg, hey, I chose the top. You need to go to the bottom. Dylan Rosenberg restarting on the front row. So we'll get Nathan Jurgensen interview in real quick. We'll send him back down. All righty. Nathan Jurgensen, Dylan Rosenberg are going to lead us back to green. We're back racing here at New Hampshire. Great clear out of Nathan Jurgensen into turn 1, 3 wide for third. Look who's coming around the top side. That's Justin Thompson. Three wide top. Don't mind if I do. Justin Thompson clears. Right behind him, Thomas Stokes. Wow, isn't that funny? Both those drivers placed on probation for the actions that took place last week. So Thomas Stokes shows up with the Dale cosplay car, obviously trying to dig at Justin Thompson. That's pretty funny. Got to give him that. Uh-oh, we're getting froggy back here just outside the top 10. 3 wide for 2 rows. That even makes its way inside the top 10. Rosenberg dropping like a rock right now from 2nd to 7th. Nearly Stephen Miles runs him over. Dylan Rosenberg having some issues. This is what happens when you take no tires, guys. No tires for the 97 of Rosenberg, and this field is eating him alive. Schella contact. The 70 of Sean Bradley's up top. Oh, contact between Jacob Alicia and Lilith Peters. They're in 15th right now. Look at Braxton DeWeese all the way down to the bottom. Trying to use some of that short track experience. Drive all the way down to the bottom. Show the nose. See what you can do as you run them up on exit. A common line you'll see at New Hampshire. Wreck in the back. Mitchell Mark and Jeremy Flanagan are looking at each other at the top of turns 3 and 4. Not sure what happened to the pair, but we got a replay. Let's take a look. Flanagan to the 72. Below him, Christopher Murphy. Flanagan comes down across the nose, the 21. I'm going to imagine Mitchell Mark, there's just nowhere for him to go. Probably thought he was avoiding this wreck and makes himself a part of it. Rear cam of Jeremy Flanagan. I think he's coming down a little bit more than Murphy could be coming up. And there's going to be nowhere for Mitchell Mark to go here. Unfortunate. That'll wreck 2 race cars. Dayton Taylor back up to second. All righty. Nathan Jurgensen will once again choose the top side. Dayton Taylor to his inside. Then it's Justin Thompson and rookie Connor Lane. Thomas Stokes, Jared Ray Hutton, Ethan Again, Stephen Miles, Sean Brownlee, Braxton DeWeese. A lot of rookies here at the beginning of All-American Cup Series, and we're keeping them into the New Hampshire here. Looks like we got about 7 in the field. And quite a few of them are running up front. 1 or 2 putting on a show. All righty, Dayton Taylor starts to the inside of Nathan Jurgensen, your leader. Got a really good launch on the last restart. Can he do it again for the top? The green flag is up. The green flag is out. We're back racing at New Hampshire. Side by side for the lead. Here comes Dayton Taylor. Really good run. And your pole sitter now looking back to the inside of Nathan Jurgensen down into turn 3. He'll have the lead. Justin Thompson coming along with him. Issues for Stokes and Hutton. They may have gotten together. Stokes goes backwards. Hutton clears for 5th. 3 wide just behind the pair. Stephen Miles will grab a position. 97 of Ethan Again in that mix. Braxton DeWeese up top. On board, Justin Thompson. He sits 4th right now. Ooh, that was close between Thompson and Connor Lane. That almost sent Justin Thompson around, so Connor Lane will re-clear 3rd. Now he looks back to the inside. Can't do anything with it. On board, Braxton DeWeese. Currently 9th. Battle for 8th. Stokes and Again make contact. Ethan again on the move. Now he battles Stephen Miles. Out of turn 2, Ethan again leading by about half a car length over Miles. Looks like that bottom line really starting to come in here. Again, wraps the bottom, nearly clears in front of Stephen Miles. That was close. I wonder if Stephen even lifted for him a little bit of a courtesy lift. And he gets into the back of Ethan again. Stephen Miles, maybe that's his way of showing his displeasure for the 97. Thomas Stokes throws a little bit of a slider himself. Gets to the inside of Stephen Miles. Battle for 7th. Stokes again all the way to the bottom. Slides up in the center. Like we're at a dirt track, he'll take the spot. Miles looks back to the inside. Can't quite go anywhere. Trying to get back to the 66. Jared Ray Hutton using the apron right now. All the way down to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. A little loose off exit. That'll happen. Ethan again, he'll look to the inside for that position. Issues. Alex Beniaco has gone to wacko. Turn around to the inside. On the back straightaway. Caution is out. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, just loses it off the corner. Let's go on board. Watch the hands here. And it's one of those gradual rear tire slides that you're almost not even aware is happening until it's too late. And I understand Alex Beniaco races on a controller. And so that might have amplified that incident more, not being able to really feel the car coming back around. He has to base his senses off of visual and sound. So if he can't feel it in the controller, it's hard to be ready for it. A couple of drivers hit pit road. Josh Dillon, Dayton Taylor, Christopher Schella, Casey Carrington, Walker McNulty, all hitting pit road. I'm going to assume to top off with some fuel. Let's ask Dayton Taylor about it. Oh, wait, never mind, we can't. This time by, Nathan Jurgensen should choose his lane. And we'll get this field double file. Alrighty, Nathan Jurgensen will set the pace. Rookie Connor Lane starts to his inside. Jared Ray Hunton, Justin Thompson, Thomas Stokes, Ethan again. We're back racing here at New Hampshire. Jared Ray Hunton on the outside. Gets a reset here. We'll see what he can make of it. Connor Lane, really good corner. And it's happened again. The driver that started on the inside of Nathan Jurgensen beats him out of turn 2. Dayton Taylor did the same thing on the last restart. So right now, Connor Lane proving to the field, hey, Jurgensen chooses the top. It's not good. And maybe Jurgensen will take a mental note. Jared Ray Hunton to his inside. Down the back straightaway, bottom of your screen, Jared Ray Hunton. Was even with Jurgensen. Jurgensen throws it off into the corner. Hunton, early breaks, wraps the bottom. Look at Stephen Miles. Looked like he was dirt tracking it there for a second. Ooh, Jared Ray Hunton, big move to the inside. Justin Thompson probably clenched up a little bit watching that move. Here comes Ethan again. Ooh, big moment for Thompson. Big slide, big save. Here comes Ethan again. And look at this pair, side by side. Oh, Hutton down into Thompson. Hutton gets back up the track. Thompson is able to stiff arm and hold in place, but Jared Ray Hutton just came down the track, wasn't ready for Justin to be there. Thomas Stokes, he'll get in line, and Braxton Weiss gets in the back of him. Wow, we saved it. Can you believe that? A lot of drivers sideways and loose. Jared Ray Hunton tries to get away from this action. Thomas Stokes, even with Dayton Taylor right now. Braxton DeWeese back to 11th. And here comes Kaiju Cat teammates, Lilith Peters and Chris Worrell, trying to drive their way to the top 10. We haven't talked about them all day. Both those drivers very fast, should be expected, are expected in my opinion, to be in the top 10. So when they're not, something's wrong. Both will clear Casey Carrington, who's sitting 13th at the moment. A lot of moves happening. Dayton Taylor inside of Jared Ray Hunton. I love how these guys are setting up passes here at New Hampshire. Just throwing dirt-style sliders all the way down to the bottom of the track on entry, fly up on exit, drag race them down the back straightaway or the front straightaway as Jared Ray Hunton has a moment. Thomas Stokes on the top line to the 66. He's in the 8th spot. Stephen Miles trying to get to the 5th spot of Dayton Taylor. Connor Lane continues to lead. 3 wide to the corner. Casey Carrington threw it down to the bottom of Chris Worrell, and that might have been Lilith Peters there as well. Braxton DeWeese in the mix. He gets loose off the corner. Nathan Jurgensen, he's caught your leader, Connor Lane. The rookie under attack. Here comes Jurgensen. A simple corner entry for the 31, nothing too crazy. He's able to rotate earlier. Look at that cornering. The apex of the corner is the inside wall. And now he's going to look to the inside of Connor Lane. He had the run. I love the early rotation. Pointing it straight. Side by side on exit. Lane has the momentum off the top, but Jurgensen, he's still hunting. A lot of patience on the throttle. Can he hang on the left rear? Not quite. Back in line, the 31 will go. This time Connor Lane about the 4th line up the racetrack. Jurgensen might have something here. He's closer, but still no cigar. Justin Thompson, he'll look to the inside. The 3 and the 31, good wrench on the doors, not teammates whatsoever. Fighting for second. Here comes Dayton Taylor. He's back in the mix. Ethan Agan's right there. On board with Agan. Look at the line. Connor Lane just took it to the corner. I don't know if that was by mistake or on purpose. All the way to the top. Wiggle on exit. He keeps it a nose out in front, but Jurgensen has pulled nearly even with him. Into turn 1, Nathan Jurgensen. Half a car in front of Connor Lane. Dayton Taylor right there in the wake with Justin Thompson. 5-car battle for the lead. Nathan Jurgensen gets back out in front. Tonight's pole sitter, Dayton Taylor, trying to grab second from rookie Connor Lane. Justin Thompson has been put underneath probation, but he is driving like there is a chip on his shoulder. And he's even made some contact so far this race. Nothing enough, I think, that would infringe on his probation, but we're racing really hard here at New Hampshire. Race 3 of the 12th season here in All-American Cup Series. Nathan Jurgensen out front. Here comes Dayton Taylor. Dayton Taylor to the outside. Rotation check through 1 and 2. They both seem pretty even. Both drivers are going to pick up the throttle in the same spot. Around the outside, Dayton Taylor pushes off the right rear and can get that car in front of Nathan Jurgensen, but he's just not clear. Justin Thompson, rear bumper of the pair now as Connor Lane goes backwards. Dayton Taylor, clears off of 4 on lap 58. Look at Justin Thompson looking to the inside, letting Jurgensen know I'm down here and I'm going to make a move. Down the back straightaway. The 3 really close to the 31. Looks to the inside, but it might have been too late of a move. Jurgensen gets clipped by the front bumper.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And will finally bring out the yellow. Couple of drivers got into the 31. Starting with Justin Thompson. Let's take a look at the replay. Thompson tries to make the move low, but it's just too late. I don't know if he wanted to catch Jurgensen off guard with his timing, so Jurgensen didn't block him. Let's watch it again. I think some people have done that in their iRacing careers, although not often. You can see just a squirrel sitting in a owl field, man. That nowhere for a lot of these drivers to go. On board with Casey Carrington. Sees the wreck happening, and he's kind of taking the corner like normal. Wow. That was net code. I don't know if he has any damage. Oh, one last time from the onboard of Nathan Jurgensen. Unfortunate for him, your pole sitter Dayton Taylor returns to the lead. The entire field, besides your top 4, have decided to hit pit road. Connor Lane won the race off of pit road. Ethan again right there with him. Dayton Taylor, Jacob Alicia, Craig Martin, Josh Dillon all stay out. So let's talk about it. Dayton Taylor decides I'm going to stay out. And every single driver behind him said, leader staying out. That sucks because I'm going in. Alicia, Craig Martin, Josh Dillon, we're all running outside the top 15. We know Alicia was involved in an incident. Had some damage. So we'll see how these guys up front hold out. I'm sure Dayton's not the happiest to see only 3 drivers that stayed out in his mirror. And then a bunch of hungry hippos behind him. The green flag is up. The green flag is out. We're nearly halfway here at New Hampshire. Race number 3, season number 12. Oh, big spin to the back. That's the 33 of Benyako. Alex Benyako got turned around. He'll instantly tow. The caution's out. Replay time. Benyako does not even launch. Just left sitting, and Daniel Giroux, the 92, is expecting him to go somewhere. Gets turned up in front of the field. I don't know. It sounds like Benyako did go. Let's listen to it all the way through here. Something right there. I wonder if he just had a lapse in the gearbox where he tried to shift too quick and it bumped in the neutral. I'm not sure. But that's unfortunate. And that'll bring out the yellow. A couple of cars got involved with that. There's Daniel Giroux. Nose of his car seems fine. Christopher Murphy got involved. He has damage. He'll bring it down pit road. Dayton Taylor staying out. I think this time by, actually, they get one more shot to hit pit road, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if we're coming to 1 to green just yet. We may be. May actually be. We have drivers exiting pit road already. I think pit during the active pit road lap. So Dayton Taylor, Jacob Alicia, Josh Dillon, Craig Martin all decide to stay out. And we're going to try it again. This time Dayton Taylor chooses the bottom, unlike Nathan Jurgensen. I think he saw how good of a restart the top was getting, even though he chose it the previous restart. Josh Dillon, Ethan again, Craig Martin, Dylan Rosenberg, Stephen Miles, Casey Carrington, Jared Ray Hunt, and Sean Brady round out that top 10. Alrighty. About to begin lap number 67. Dayton Taylor out front. Ethan again, pit lap 60. He's in 4th. We're back racing. Down into turn 1. Dayton Taylor clears for the lead. Here comes Ethan again. To the inside of Jacob Alicia. Josh Dillon, Jared Ray Hunton, Stephen Miles, 3 wide for 4th. Still heavy nose damage on Jacob Alicia's machine. Down into turn 1. Just looks like these cars are barreling into this corner that is flat. Yes, very wide, but still flat. Jared Ray Hutton trying to work on Jacob Alicia. Stephen Miles on his rear bumper on the outside. Stephen Miles, he'll clear into fourth. Your Daytona winner. Trying to track down a podium position. Almost won last week. Dayton Taylor under attack by Ethan again. Who's going to win this week? Best chance I've seen Taylor have at getting a win since I've came into AACS. Ethan again, same story. Both these guys are fighting for a lot right now as Ethan again clears and begins to actually pull away from Dayton Taylor. Jared Ray Hunt and Stephen Miles trying to hang with Ethan again. That's the same strategy, same tires. Oh, we got cars on the wall. Josh Dillon. He just got to the outside, and it creates a massive stack up behind. I think Daniel Giroux made some contact too. We got guys 3 wide, 4 wide back here. Closest battle on track, closest to the front. It's this shenanigans right here with Josh Dillon in 9th, trying to pass Craig Martin, who stayed out. Here comes Lilith Peters to the inside. On board, Chris Worrell. Lilith Peters battling Josh Dillon. That's a battle. Side by side, and there's a lot of cars behind that are trying to find somewhere to go. It's like a traffic jam. Oh no, 3-lane traffic, almost 4-lane traffic on your favorite freeway. 06 of Lilith Peters. Excuse me, 01. 06 is Chris Worrell. He's in the Hornet's Nest. It's just a collage of cars here. Thomas Stokes just sees a mass of colors in his mirror. Driver towards the inside wall. Not sure who that was. Somebody was all the way down there. I thought they were wrecking or trying to save the car. Looks like a 7-car breakaway. Lilith Peters is in front of this next group with Justin Thompson, Connor Lane, Chris Worrell, Jacob Alicia, Braxton DeWeese, Christopher Shella, Daniel Giroux. Ethan again is starting to get ran down by Jared Ray Hutton, who sits 9/10 of a second behind your leader. Dayton Taylor third right now. Stephen Miles has just been slowly reeling him in. Stephen Miles being smart, not pushing the car. Casey Carrington sits 2.5 seconds off of Ethan again. In 5th, there's Thomas Stokes and Sean Bradley. 1 second back as Lilith Peters. Connor Lane moves into 9th around Justin Thompson. Chris Worrell, 11th. Braxton DeWeese, 12th. Christopher Shella, 13th. Jacob Alicia, 14th. Daniel Giroux battling Walker McNulty for the 15th spot. Side by side, Justin Thompson, Connor Lane. Battle for 9th. Thomas Stokes trying to work on Casey Carrington as he looks to the outside. Casey gives him plenty of room in 1 and 2, but he might corner better than him. With Casey Carrington back into the 5th position, cleared. Thomas Stokes, he's going to try again and re-gauge this battle. Side by side once again, Thomas Stokes outside, Casey Carrington down low. Ooh, squirrely for Carrington, trying to get that power down. Stokes will clear. Thomas Stokes back into fifth. Christopher Schella, rookie, working on fellow rookie. Both these drivers tied for the Season 12 Top Rookie Award. I'm not surprised. Christopher Schella, Braxton DeWeese. Connor Lane not far off the pair at all. Stephen Melnick had some sort of issue coming out of turn one. I see some damage on that car. Not sure why Stephen Melnick is having such a bad day. Unfortunate, just New Hampshire is not being his friend. Justin Thompson inside of Lilith Peters. Thomas Stokes has already caught Stephen Miles. This is the battle for fourth. Thomas Stokes on a charge right now. Stephen was unable to really catch the 99 to make something happen. He started floating in dirty air, and Stokes has just reeled him in with aggression. And he wants this position too. Thomas Stokes trying to go to the front. Oh, that's Justin Thompson going around from the help of rookie Sean Bradley. Wow! Kickflip like a miniature skateboard. You got it, a Happy Meal. What was that? iRacing at its peak. Justin Thompson laying on his beak. Let's take a look. We don't even get an incident report. We just got to go look at this the old-fashioned way, guys. Wow. What was that? Again, we got to go look at this manually. We got to scrub. No incident report out of that John. Here we go. Let's look at it. Justin Thompson down low. What goes wrong here? Ooh, Casey Carrington kind of planted on the bottom. So Justin goes to move up as Bradley is driving into the groove. And watch Christopher Schella come by. Bradley contact with the wall. Justin, no damage. Bang! Wow. Again, we got to keep looking manually, so we're going to look back all the way to the beginning of this. Not even ready for that to happen. Gets it stopped. Here comes Schella. Oh. Oh. That is crazy. Okay. One more time. One more time. We'll watch it from the drone that we had on this battle. Full speed here, no slow-mo. Justin tries to cross up behind the 9. Bradley's kind of there. They come together. Here comes Schella. Boom! Wow. And Justin Thompson had a wild ride. Let's talk to him. Justin, Rowdy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
First of all, are you okay? Second of all, do you know where you're at? Oh.
Yeah, I know where I'm fucking at, you know. fucking league owner wants to be petty and fucking yank it from the third lane all the way down to the bottom, brake check me, get me fucking spun out while I'm on fucking probation and I can't do shit. You know, so I mean, I already got brake check going in turn 3, had to take an EOL for that. Was working my way back up into the fucking top 10, and well, you see how this fucking goes. It's like I told you, dude, I'm fucking hated even by the goddamn owner.
Well, Justin, it's unfortunate to see this happen to you. You're a really good driver, and I look forward to seeing you later this season.
Yeah, I doubt I'll be here after tonight, because after Casey listens to this shit, he's going to kick me out of the fucking league.
Well, I'm going to help Justin out a little bit, send him back. That, you know, there's, as we come back green, a lot of raw emotion
Green flag.
here at New Hampshire, and we're going to get back racing. Ethan again out front. Pit stops has brought the field back to even keeled, so everybody is on the same strategy. Jared Ray Hutton side by side with pole sitter Dayton Taylor. Stephen Miles fourth just behind the trio. Dayton Taylor on the inside. Looks like he will clear Jared Ray Hutton. Now he sets in sights on Ethan again. Three wide action for about the 6th spot. Casey Carrington to the bottom and 4th. Stephen Miles will take that spot away from him. Connor Lane all the way on the top, trying to rotate around for 6th. Wreck in the back. I see a couple of cars involved, including Scott Tompkins, excuse me. Josh Dillon, maybe. Sean Bradley, not sure if he was involved. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, Josh Dillon, did he get clipped by Christopher Murphy? No, the wreck hasn't happened yet. What goes wrong? It's Josh Dillon rotating down into Scott Tompkins. Christopher Murphy barely misses. Actually, the field does a really good job at missing the pair. On board, Josh Dillon. He's just ready to rotate and get going, and unfortunately, Scott Tompkins is not. Listen to both drivers working the gearbox, trying to keep the car off of the wall and other cars, get it slowed down, be in the preferred gear if you got to slam the throttle. Really good job out of the pair of not making that more than just a two-car incident. Same corner where we saw something very similar just happen between Justin Thompson and Casey Carrington. Let's go in and talk to Mr. Ethan again. Ethan, again, rounding up in the booth, you got a copy.
I gotcha.
All right, Ethan, we're out front. You got a lot of speed. We're trying to fight for a win here. What do you got to do to get it done?
Just be consistent, save the tires, and hopefully just stay up front the rest of the way.
To your outside, Dayton Taylor looking for a win. He's probably as hungry as you are, Ethan. How hard are you going to have to fight these guys off? There's a lot of drivers in the top 10 that are looking for their first.
Oh, it's going to be hard for sure. I mean, I haven't really been up front most of these races at all, so this is also new to me. But, I mean, these guys are really good racers, and obviously I want to be the one that gets the win first, and then, but we'll just see how it goes. It should be fun.
Alrighty. We're going to send Ethan again back into his call. Teammate Jared Ray Hutton restarting 4th. Their third teammate there for Iconic Motorsports, Justin Thompson, out of the race. Ethan again will roll off in command. When we take the green flag, it'll be 50 laps to go. Dayton Taylor up top. Green flag is up. Green flag is out. We're back racing here at New Hampshire. Side by side for the lead. Stephen Miles tried to make it 3 wide even as they come down the back straightaway. Dayton Taylor almost half a car out ahead. And your pole sitter returns back to the lead. Clears Ethan again. Can he completely have the spot on exit? We watch. Yes, he will. Ethan again back to second. Battle is on for third. Connor Lane, the rookie, to the inside of Stephen Miles, followed closely behind by Jared Ray Hunton, Thomas Stokes there. Look at Chris Worrell all the way up there on that top lane. Where's he going? He's going all the way up there. Really good rotation down the back straightaway for the 06. Wanted me to make a mention about his paint scheme. The Mastodons is a band that recently released a new album, so he and Lilith Peters flexing their muscles as fans of that band. Ooh, Thomas Stokes nearly got himself dumped. If it wasn't any other veteran like Jared Ray Hutton, he probably would have ended up around there. Jared checked up and made sure everybody else was on par with him to make sure Thomas Stokes did not get turned. Great heads-up driving out of the 50. And at the flag stand, that's Dayton Taylor over Ethan again by 2/10. Connor Lane gap to Stephen Miles, who sits 4th. Thomas Stokes 5th. Hutton, Worrell, Jurgensen, Carrington, DeWeese round out that top 10. Ethan again had a really good 1 and 2. Can he capitalize in 3 and 4 and stay with the 99? His line looks like it's saving tire a little bit more than what Dayton Taylor's line should. Closest battle on track, closest to the front. Casey Carrington trying to fight Braxton DeWeese right now. That's for the night spot. Big moment out of Casey Carrington. Had to lift out of it. That'll bring Walker McNulty closer to him, but nobody was close enough to the 9 to capitalize. Lilith Peters, 12th right now. Doesn't have a good exit. McNulty gets room to work on Casey Carrington. Nathan Jurgensen inside of Chris Worrell. That's the battle for 7th. And look at the run Jurgensen is on right now, trying to come back to the front. Passing a lot of cars today. And that race car isn't really damaged. I mean, there's no rear end damage. It was a pretty good save out of him. And although there was contact in an incident, I think Nathan Jurgensen is driving a really cool, calm, and collected race. Jared Ray Hunton to the inside of Stephen Miles into 3 and 4. Tries to slide up, even on the door, the 1. Nathan Jurgensen down low. Watching this battle happen from on board in the 31. Oh, here we go. 3 wide for Jurgensen. He'll look for it. Can he take it somewhere? Stephen Miles extends all the way to the top, using all that track up. Jared Ray Hutton makes contact with Jurgensen. So out of the corner, Hutton actually looks like he's the best. I thought he was the sit and duck, but Stephen Miles, that 4th line arc did not work out. And Jurgensen had his momentum stalled after contact. So Jared Ray Hutton back to 5th. Stephen Miles, Nathan Jurgensen are going to go at it for 6th. I think Jurgensen's a little bit quicker right now. Stephen Miles, we'll watch him begin to pull away. About 2 seconds in front of that group is your top 4. Mitchell Mark, Josh Dillon around. Josh Dillon, big damage on the 18. Caution is out for the Surge Machine. We have a replay. Let's take a look at it. Oh, ends up on the straightaway 3 wide, tries to avoid, but it's the 29 of John Honecker, the rookie, that comes down to the 28 of Mitchell Mark to cause this wreck. Watch it again here. Watch the 29. John Honecker, I think he's going to come off the corner here. Right down to the 28 of Mitchell Mark. It's going to send him to the right side door of Josh Dillon. Oh, contact. The 07 got into him there. And that brings out the yellow on lap 100. We'll see here, Dylan Rosenberg, he hit pit road. Nathan Jurgensen, also down on pit road. He takes the tires with under 40 laps to go. Who in the field is still sitting on a set for a later yellow? Jacob Alicia, Dylan Rosenberg, Craig Martin, Sean Bradley, Christopher Murphy, also all down pit road. And we're going to get side by side. Next time at the flag stand, we will resume racing. And what is hopefully the last yellow of tonight. Dayton Taylor and Ethan again will size each other up as we go into turns 3 and 4 into the restart zone. Connor Lane, Thomas Stokes sits behind the pair. Stephen Miles, Jared Ray Hunton make up that third row. The green flag is up. The green flag is out. We're going to resume racing here at Loudon. Great launch for Dayton Taylor, but here comes Ethan again, run along the top side, and look at the rookie Connor Lane. He's just waiting for an opportunity to pounce on the pair. He had a run down the back straightaway. He looks all the way to the top, gets the nose in clean air. Ethan again is able to rotate off for the lead. Ethan again. And a turn 1, now it's a side-by-side battle for second. Connor Lane, Dayton Taylor. Jared Ray Hunton has Thomas Stokes all over his rear bumper. A lot of action down this back straightaway. Jared Ray Hunton, Thomas Stokes to his inside. Keeps him pinched low. Stokes all the way to the apron. Can't clear off of Hutton. He probably wanted to go up there and lean on his door, but I would assume if that was the case, he remembered how much Jared Ray Hunton bailed him out of getting spun in front of the entire field. So Thomas Stokes will have Jared Ray Hunton re-clear him, continuing to try to race him clean on that bottom line. Already nearly your top 15 are single file. Well, look at this. Everybody locking in right now. You've kind of already made your bed with your tires. You got to stick to your strategy. If that means getting in line and save, you have to do it. Braxton Deweese makes the damage on the nose, the double zeros, yet still pushing his way into the top 5. He's beginning to work on Thomas Stokes as Connor Lane, the rookie, works on your leader, Ethan again. Dayton Taylor falls off the pair. I want to assume he's going into tire save mode. Yes, the rookie Connor Lane, we interviewed him last week. It was a great interview. He's happy to be here. He doesn't want to make a wrong impression on the drivers around him. He's been racing everybody extra clean, and it's paying off when you have the speed. Another great run for the 27, and he has a shot to win. Three wide. Jurgensen, Miles, Worrell. Battle for 7th. Jurgensen, he'll have it on exit. Clears up in front of Miles and Worrell. Great move out of the 31. Stephen Miles looking back to the inside of the 06 of Chris Worrell. Casey Carrington right there in 10th. Nathan Jurgensen now to the inside of Ethan again. Excuse me, Braxton Deweese. Ethan again still out front leading. So Jurgensen in the 6th, but he's pushing that car really hard, harder than your front 2 are, with Connor Lane trailing the leader by 3/10. He's being a lot more methodical than Nathan Jurgensen. But remember, Nathan Jurgensen, lap 102 tires. Has he played the strategy perfect? If we stay green for the rest of the race, he may even lap much of the field. I'm looking at the numbers right now, guys. I'm trying to crunch them. Majority of these drivers pit lap 84. That puts them, I would say, right around 8 laps or so. 7 laps behind the mark. I might be wrong. Maybe they saved a little bit more than I thought they would under yellow. But the entire field, I would assume, maybe should have pit for fuel there to be good to the end. So that's why I'm kind of questioning my rationality on that. I don't think this many cars would stay out. But if I am right, and all these drivers are betting on one more yellow to put their final set of tires on and top off fuel, that's a gamble. I know we've had quite a few yellows, but when you get to the last 30 laps of a race, sometimes the field locks in, like we just saw with everybody going single file, and they get less aggressive, they get more timid, and they race each other a lot cleaner or just a lot more focused and not making mistakes. So Jurgensen might be sitting the prettiest right now as he makes the pass for the 4th spot over Jared Ray Hunton. If we stay green, Jurgensen should win this race. Jared Ray Hunton on the outside of Nathan Jurgensen. Jurgensen will clear him. Jurgensen now into 4th, 1 second behind Dayton Taylor. Connor Lane has fallen off of Ethan again, who leads. Casey Carrington, Craig Martin, Jacob Alicia, your closest battle on track. Alicia 11th. Working on Chris Worrell. Meanwhile, oh, that's Scott Tompkins. He's been in a few wrecks so far today, but he's still in the mix for a top 15. Into the door of Craig Martin. Bit off more than he could chew there. A little bit more than what I think he should have went for. Craig Martin showed him the door there. He runs 13th. Casey Carrington 12th. Chris Worrell 11th. Jacob Alicia made that pass at the top 10. Alicia trying to put together his first top 10 appearance. all season long competitively. Dylan Rosenberg working on Stephen Miles as they enter turn 3. Rosenberg will clear for 8th. Miles going backwards at the moment. It's a little bit of a surprise. Nathan Jurgensen, meanwhile, catching Dayton Taylor, has already gained half a second since we last spoke to him, or about him. Jurgensen using the apron on the bottom of the racetrack. Finds his rotation point, nearly touching the grass. Dayton Taylor watching this in his mirror. Knows he can't do much to really battle the 31. Shouldn't battle the 31. In my opinion, you've already made your bed with your strategy. Jurgensen's going to go play out his, even if it's the winning strategy. You got to kind of wait and see, hey, does that yellow come out? Or the card's going to come my way? And now Jurgensen in the third. Man, he is having some fun. I know there's got to be a smile underneath that helmet. It's like a duck hunt right now. One car after another. Connor Lane sees the 31 charging. He's going to get back and gain another 10th on Ethan again. Try to reignite that battle at the flag stand, guys. 20 laps to go here in the New England 225. So here comes Nathan Jurgensen. Connor Lane trying to heat up this battle with the Gann. And again, is about to have two fast cars on top of him. Jurgensen, the fastest of the trio. Man, he's hitting like a bump there on pit road entry. Jurgensen has found a line that he is loving. Keeps the nose in clean air, quick way around the track, babying those tires that are already fresher than everybody else around him. Phenomenal drive out of the 31 right now. He'll get around Connor Lane and begins to run down Ethan again. Running out of laps in this race, but I think Nathan will be able to get up there and pass the 97. He's yet to show signs of falling off. The tires haven't evened out. The only other driver on track, there are a handful of other drivers on track that pit on lap 102. There's only one other one in the top 10. That's Dylan Rosenberg. Jacob Lisi just entered the top 10 also on that strategy, so he's pretty free and clear of anybody he has to worry about. And they talk about in the kingdom of ocean hunting, they say there's always a bigger fish, but I think Nathan Jurgensen is the biggest fish out here tonight. As he clears Ethan again for the lead, and he has no pressure out back. There's not even a driver. If I was his crew chief, I'd tell him, hey, worry about this guy. Look at your relative. I wouldn't tell him any of that. Now, Ethan, again, he'll look back to the inside just to battle. But I think Jurgensen should just go through the motions and clear the 97. This is a phenomenal run out of Jurgensen. And more than likely, it's going to be a really popular win. It's been a climactic race. And it's ending in fantastic fashion. Jurgensen at one point was looped around. And is now leading. Lap 128 out of 141. Closest battle along track, closest to the front. Jacob Alicia on those lap 102 tires is actually on a charge. And I just barely missed it. Scott Tompkins was outside the top 10. He also took tires on lap 02. That's why he's putting together a really good pace here. He just passed Jacob Alicia as well. I did not see that coming. Connor Lane working on Ethan again for the second spot. Would have preferred to pass him for the lead, but now he's going to battle him for what may be the second spot on the podium. Not far behind is Dayton Taylor, starting to slowly reel the pair back in. Casey Carrington battling Stephen Miles. That's for the 11th spot. Miles up top, Carrington on the bottom. Connor Lane all the way up in that top groove. Trying to work on Ethan again. Dayton Taylor gets about a 10th closer. On these fresh tires, Scott Tompkins is on a charge. He's been involved in so many wrecks, it seems like today. Maybe just two. Still has damage. You can see the advantage fresh rubber gives you as he's passing Braxton DeWeese for 8th right now. What a run of the Jack Daniels machine. But when you show up to New Hampshire with the Jack Daniels paint scheme on, and you got the 07 on the car, you should do pretty well. Even though it's not a car of tomorrow. Connor Lane all over Ethan again. I think again's going to really try and hold on to this second spot. As he watches Nathan Jurgensen pull away. Jurgensen nearly to a 2-second gap. Oh, that was close. I thought Lane was about to run over again there. Jumps to the outside just to make sure he didn't run into him. Fantastic battle going on here for second. Casey Carrington, Walker McNulty going at it. Carrington loses a position to Walker McNulty. So move Walker into 12th. Carrington back to 13th. And 11th sits Stephen Miles. And the 10th spot, getting ran down by Stephen Miles, is Jacob Alicia. 9th right now, rookie Braxton DeWeese. He'll leave New Hampshire leading the rookie standings over Christopher Sella. Scott Tompkins already having a breakout race right now in the 07. A rookie that's been involved in a couple incidents today. But off the tire strategy, he's running 8th right now. Just in front of him, another driver that pit on lap 102. That's Dylan Rosenberg making a move on Jared Ray Hunton for 6th. Just in front of the pair, Thomas Stokes. And finally, Connor Lane has managed to get side by side with Ethan again. Dayton Taylor hasn't really gained on the pair since. Crossover out of again to the inside. And down the front straightaway, I might give it back to Connor Lane here. Moves up out of the groove. Ethan again was just about missing his apex. Gives him room to rotate and still comes away with the second spot. So Connor Lane is officially cleared into second. Ethan again drops back to third, 6/10 ahead of Dayton Taylor. Nathan Jurgensen, 3 laps to go. There was nothing more he wants to see than this race to stay green. But it was a strategy that was played correct, and I'm a little surprised we didn't see more of the field pit on lap 102. You'd have to assume it's because they didn't believe we'd stay caution-free. Jurgensen, one of the quickest tonight, found himself in the back. Rolls the dice, plays the strategy, sends himself to the back after working all the way to the front just for fresh tires by about 20 laps. And as he comes through turns 3 and 4, he's going to see the white flag. One more lap to go for Nathan Jurgensen. Absolutely fantastic. Nathan Jurgensen, lackluster season at the beginning of 2026. It looks like he's turned it around. A very climactic race here in All-American Cup Series. Nathan Jurgensen masters the strategy. He'll win at New Hampshire. We joined the radio. Nathan Jurgensen all by himself, running solo here in AACS. We heard just the tail end of what I'm going to assume was a long sigh, kind of a let go of a deep breath. I'm sure he was holding it for quite some time. Nathan Jurgensen. This is going to be a popular one. With Connor Lane second, Ethan again third, Dayton Taylor fourth, Thomas Stokes fifth, Dylan Rosenberg sixth, Scott Tompkins seventh, Jared Ray Hutton eighth, Braxton DeWeese ninth, Jacob Alicia rounds out the top 10. Nathan Jurgensen, winner at New Hampshire. Phenomenal job. And there we go. The burnout will come to completion. We'll interview him. Nathan, we got her done in New Hampshire, baby.
Man, finally got one of these. I love lobster, so this works out just fine.
Well, we picked out the veiniest lobster for you from the local gas station, so you're going to enjoy that puppy tonight. Nathan, were you surprised when you saw so many cars stay out on lap 102?
Yeah, I kind of figured a lot of guys would come in there and just because I don't know if you'd want to, if there was another caution, would you want to come back in and grab tires and lose all the track position? So I don't know. I felt kind of good. If that caution would never come out, I was still charging up there on equal tires. I had more speed than usual today. But boy, it was a lot easier feeling like Superman out there with fresh tires.
You definitely looked like Superman. What a charge. I mean, you went from, you were up front unfortunate incident with Justin Thompson. You go backwards, you drive back to the front, you get up there just for the yellow to fall when you had the momentum working your way to the lead to say, hey, I'll drop to the back again if it means I get 20 lap fresher tires. Phenomenal choice. I mean, I think it's foolproof. It was a miss out of the field, but a great opportunity for you to take. Any last words here on your final win? And we got a shout out.
Yeah, I guess in the interview I said I'd screw up the strategy, so maybe I reverse psychology my way into a good strategy there. But yeah, unfortunate incident there with Justin. Dude's so aggressive, he's so fast. But you know, whatever, it happens. And I'm just happy to be fast enough where I'm even battling with him. So yeah, shout out to 851, Agnell, he helps me out a lot. Figgy Earnhardt, you guys, anybody watching, and yeah, hopefully we come back and get the next one.
Heck yeah, Nathan, congratulations. Winner here at New Hampshire, the New England 225. This was awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
We'll send him back down. Time to grab second place finisher Connor Lane. Once again, Connor, we're taking it to the trailer already, but I think this is another race you can be proud about. The majority of the field stayed on that strategy where we didn't take tires lap 102, waiting for a caution at the end because you can make it on fuel. You beat all those guys whose last tires were taken on 84, but one position short. If you go back, do you pit lap 102, or do you think you should have just stuck with your gut because it was the right decision to make in the moment?
I think I still would have made the same decision. I know Nathan was buried back there after that wreck, and you know, he kind of got the benefit of having an easier decision to make. He had a lot less to lose back there than all of us up there with track position. So I don't think I would have changed anything. It's just kind of unfortunate how everything played out because it was such a caution fest. But I'm happy with second. I was battling my tail off all night with these guys. So second's good with me, and I don't think I'd change anything.
Well, these drivers, they see the R next to your name and they go in, oh, it's just some rookie. But I think you're really impressing a lot of guys here. People are making a comment about how clean you've been compared to some of the incidents that we've had throughout this season and last season with rookies. So good job being the standout. You're going to be fighting for the top rookie points. Congratulations on P2. We'll send Connor Lane back down, rounding out your podium. Ethan, again, made that an entertaining one. If I saw a guy that was as confident as you at throwing sliders in a pavement car, I'd tell you to come run a sprint car race with me after this. But, man, that was phenomenal. Great racing. You're able to make moves. We come up a few spots short, but outside of strategy, could you really be disappointed with your outcome here?
No, not really. I mean, I haven't really led this much laps here in this league, and it felt really good, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, just Nathan with those fresh tires, there was nothing I could have done there, and then the car just got very, very tight at the end, in which Connor got by me. But it was a really, really fun race. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully this track will be on the next season calendar.
I hope so. This was some fantastic racing. Congratulations, Ethan, on the top three.
Thank you.
We'll send him back. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude on-track action here for the All-American Cup Series, race number 3 of Season 12. New Hampshire was a blast. Nathan Jerkison, your winner. Join me, same time, same place, next week for the Southern 250 Darlington Raceway. Oh, and guess what? It's the 150th race in All-American Cup Series. Next week, we'll see ya.